is good? Happy Saturday, everybody. Oh, let me put this on the screen. Boom. Because it's an important stream today. This is our monthly track review. So thank you all for joining us on this Saturday morning for me, afternoon for you. Maybe it's not even Saturday for you. Who knows? But welcome. We do this every month. People from the community, members, can submit their music, get feedback on their music, get their music played on stream. Feedback not just from myself, but from the community. These are always fun streams to get to hear what everybody's been working on, but also to hear people's progress. Because often what happens is people will, over time, let me just fix my second monitor here. People will over time be submitting music, and we have been witness to some great improvement in this community. And it's also a great way to get to know the people who are in chat all the time. So if you are interested in submitting, I see a lot of members in the chat already. I'm going to say hello to all of you in a moment. But those cool people in chat that have those awesome badges next to their names, little keyboard badges of different colors representing how long they have been members, those people have all clicked the join button at the bottom of the video. Sometimes that's not available on mobile. You have to do it on desktop, but you go on, click join, become a member at any tier, which gets you access to our Discord server. Now, if you type !new member in chat, if Nightbot is working today, which I might have actually left a command on that I should turn off. Ah, there you go. Nightbot is working today. So you should see in chat, it says new member, link your Discord and YouTube account to get access, blah, 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 blah. So that's perfect. Make sure you just take advantage of that. Join our Discord. I know some people became members before the stream. I don't always get to see it because it doesn't always show up. Yeah, you know how it goes. But another interesting thing is Wizlow in chat just typed, hey everybody, welcome. Join us. Thank you so much, Wizlow, for encouraging, and thank you for the 9 months as a huge supporter. That really helps the channel a lot. Round of applause for Wizlow. And maybe you're just chilling in the chat, or maybe you're already a member. Maybe you're somebody who's not going to submit music, but you want to give other people the opportunity to submit music. You can actually go to that super chat function and gift memberships, and it will gift memberships to random people in the chat, people that have been, you know, it awards it to people most engaged in chat, I think. So if you're feeling generous and you want to gift some memberships today, go for that. If you are a member and you want a free super chat, click that super chat button and you can use your member milestone chat just like Wizlow just did. You basically get a free super chat. So go ahead, take advantage of that. It should be cool. And let's say hello to everybody. What's going on? Orbit, Wizlow, Airplane Vroom, some. I know it's very hard for me to catch up to chat. Amelia is in chat. We love to see that. Yo, Faded, welcome to the community, my friend. Round of applause. Thank you for joining. Somebody, let me see. I saw one join. LA Winter. What's good, LA Winter? Welcome to the community. Hello, hello. All right, that's all it gives me. We had Nathan Simpson at the top. Nathan, I think you're a new member as well, so we'll give you a round of applause. Annyeonghaseyo from Seoul. What's good, my friend? In Seoul? What part of Seoul, I wonder? Firebrand, Foolery, what's up? Superman, I think I already said. My mom and dad are in chat. Viral Beats, Rascal Z, Joshua Ho, Jeremiah. I'm gonna miss some names. I don't even know why I started doing this. John Jill, Ishan. Hello, Ishan. Boz is here. Boz, among others, has that cool moon colorway on their icon, which means they have been a member for over 12 months. Over 12 months. That's insane. A lot of applause today, a lot to celebrate, and we have a lot of good submissions. Jamsil. Oh, very cool. Are you Korean? That's my question. How's your art journey going, TAETRO? It's going well. Thank you for asking. For those who don't know, I do some painting. I also just started working with a brush pen like a couple days ago. But I've been doing little. I'm not going to be able to show you because I don't have. Let me see if I can turn this camera on real quick. I can give you a little painting update before we get into it. Been trying to work on more landscapes and the like. If this will autofocus, hopefully it will. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me see what happens if I switch to this. Hopefully you can see it. You can even get closer, maybe. Little church action, little Boston street. This is top secret. Working on something for potentially some album art. Let me give you an. I have a couple notebooks now. This is a good one. This is in Point Mugu. That's a failed attempt. Oh, this is from like the trip I did to Big Bear. If y'all didn't see that, I think I posted that recently. The video with the lemon drop and the circuit. This is the cabin I stayed in. This is just another random cabin. I just really like the vibe overall at Big Bear. Is that in focus? Right there, maybe? We got castles. We got all kinds of stuff in this notebook. We got secret stuff. We got snow cabin. Yeah, I've been just steadily working at that stuff. I did not know you used MPK Mini Mark II because it's popular. I don't know what that means. It's insane how good you got in just a couple months. Well, it's been longer than a couple months. Oh, I should switch my camera back. It's been longer than a couple months, I think. Definitely has. I think we might be coming up on a year. I can check if you go to my Instagram, I have a story highlight of most of my paintings. And you can see literally from my first painting. And if I check that, I'll be able to know when I started. Anyway, we have some good community music to listen to. I'm excited for that. Eric Clark says you're an artsy dude. I try, I suppose. Or I've been waiting for the stream. That's what I love to hear. Make sure you become a member so you can submit music. We definitely have time for more submissions today. I did almost like a little bit of a last minute announcement on this stream. Less time than I usually like to give people. But that's fine. And we're also starting an hour earlier than we usually do. But one quick shout before we really get started here. Let me push this button and hope it's the right one. Nope, this one. So it's a very busy week. This is our third stream of the week already. We streamed on Tuesday. We streamed on Thursday. You can go back and watch those if you want. We're streaming right now. And tomorrow I'm doing a masterclass on 343 Studio. My do not disturb is on. On MIDI controllers, choosing the right MIDI controller. It's more going to be just like a look at an overview of all different types of MIDI controllers. So I'm just going to spam this link in chat if y'all want to register for that and hang out tomorrow. It's not like it's going to be on YouTube or anything. So how do I join the Discord, bro? It's written on screen how to get more details for that. But you can also type !new member in chat. And that's going to give you a detailed instruction on what to do. Basically, for anyone who's new or thinking about becoming a new member, all you have to do is go into Discord, link your YouTube account, and that will allow you into the Discord server. I connected YouTube and Discord, but TAETRO's channel is not showing up in Discord. If anybody who is a member that has this all figured out could point these folks in the right direction, that would be much appreciated. I think y'all be able to figure it out. You just got to make sure. Sometimes people have multiple Google accounts, so if you connect the wrong Google account to your Discord, it's going to be all messed up, etc. Viral Beast says I wanted to submit but have a deadline. Maybe next time. Yeah, no worries. We do this every month, so if you stay a member, you'll get access to... Actually, if anybody became a member at the Join the Community tier, there's a couple free packs under the Community tab. A couple all members free packs. If you become a member at VIP, though, you can get a full sample pack for free right now on the Community tab, as well as watch our members-only workshops. There's 2 up already that you can watch, and then you can join us for the live one next month in July. I only had a 30-second intro next month. LOL. It's fun to share little works in progress like that too. You're the truth, my G. Have a good stream. Thank you so much, Frequin. Have I tried the M Audio Oxygen Pro mini controller yet? No. Just found your channel. I really like your techniques for describing how to start music production. Love to hear that. Yeah, I just shot 2 more chapters of the Ableton Live series. So stay tuned for that next Sunday. You all know I upload upload videos every Sunday. Tomorrow, my Beat with Son JC is coming out. So turn on post notifications so you don't miss that. And then next Sunday, new installment of the Ableton Live for Beginners series. And like the next few weeks really are going to be crazy for videos and all that stuff. I actually think I'll have a video out midweek next week just because that's how the schedule worked out. Okay, Wicked. The pack and workshops are worth joining for serious. Can't wait to check the second workshop today. Yes. So the thing about the workshops is you can either join live if you can join them live as a member, and you can even be on Zoom. Like we had somebody call in on Zoom for one of them, but you can interact live and ask questions live in chat, just like a YouTube stream, or you can watch them later if you don't have time. Because these are long, like 90 minutes to 2-hour workshops, something that I wouldn't normally upload as a video. That's why we do them. So become a VIP member if that's interesting to you. Nathan says, there's so many things you say in your educational videos that almost sound like throwaway comments to yourself, but are actually golden. Like to hear that? Like to hear that? LA Winter, you had success getting in the Discord. That's what I like to hear. If you want to just share quickly with anybody else who might be struggling what you had to do to fix it, that would be great. Some people might run into the same issues. But hey, for now, what happens if I push this button? Pause the background music. I don't need the stream open here. I don't need this, but masterclass on Sunday, don't forget. That's tomorrow. This is our first submission of the day. Orbit 257 with Rising Sun. Let's kick things off. Give it a listen. I already like the album art, if I'm being honest. Sets a good mood and tone. Let's hear it. As usual, let's keep feedback as respectful and constructive as possible. And let me know about levels if you can. I like the airiness. Welcome. That was a great musical figure there. Wow, interesting. I think the ending could have been a little more climactic. However, I will say great musical ideas here. Great Sound selection, arrangement is good, kept building throughout. The only reason I say that about the ending because it was so strong, keeping me feeling satisfied throughout, and then it kind of just ended. But Orbeats, this is a great submission. So right off the bat, I love that you took the time at the intro to build a proper intro and introduce these different elements. You know, it's got that drone in the background. Then we start to get those arpeggiated keyboard, like almost like a bell, but keyboard sound, which sounds really nice. Then the percussion comes in. Now, the number one thing you can do to improve this track, and you could basically change nothing musically. I would change nothing musically about this track. I would only change a lot of things about the mix. The mix is where you can improve this for sure. I know that you're going for a lo-fi sound, so everything sort of has this rolled off, highs rolled off sound to it. It might have been a little bit overdone here. And also what happens with some of these sounds and some of this music, lo-fi especially, since you're like rolling off highs, everything's existing in this mid-range, and everything is getting caught up in the middle range frequencies, and that just translates into muddiness, right? So you want to be very cautious and very deliberate about where each of these instruments falls in terms of the frequency spectrum. It's okay to have a little bit more brightness in something like this plucked instrument, because a little bit more brightness will separate it from everything else that's happening. But then also even just basic things like volume wise. If we go here right before that plucked instrument comes in, listen to how loud the plucked instrument is. It's much louder than everything else, which it is the instrument on top. However, it's just coming out a little bit too much. It's not blending within. Also, the rhythm falls off a little bit here. So I know it's supposed to be improvisational. You don't have to quantize 100%, but do lock in some of that rhythm. And the drums for sure need some help. First of all, I like the sound selection for the most part, other than the kick. I like having this tribal sort of stick percussion sound. That's fine. But the kick, we need a lot more low end in that kick. I would pretty much get rid of the reverb on the kick. Process your kick separately from the other percussion if you need to. But if you lock that kick in and start doing some side chaining, which I've demoed about 1,000 times in my streams, this will lock in a lot better. You need a bunch more robust low end. I want to feel that kick. And then the last thing I'll say is what you can do to check your mix as you're working on this is go listen to another lo-fi chill song that you really like and compare them. Specifically the kick. Listen to the kick in a song that you really like or that has a lot of plays and has done really well. And then listen to your kick. And you're going to notice a lot more deep robustness sub-frequency in the kick. But Orbeats, thank you for kicking us off with that very strong beat. Slawek, I'm hiding your message and I'm putting you in timeout. As you can see, everybody here has got with the program and figured out how to submit music the proper way. So don't come into my chat and say, hey, listen to my music, listen to my music, listen to my music. It's like one of the most obnoxious things you can do in this chat. Good work though, Orbeats. Musically, really great. So like when people have very good musical ideas, it makes me excited because you can learn the technical stuff, but having good creative ideas is sometimes difficult. I think there's a protest going on outside. Dance in a Distance by Cena. Let's hear it. What's up, Cena? Good to see you. Yeah, Felix, you can love that kick sound all you want, but when we're talking about in the marketplace, sounding professional next to other tracks, it's important to make those changes. Okay, we got a nice little synth jam here, Cena. Cena? Am I saying it right? Hi, Kirky. Superman, you're saying kind of long? You can't tell if a track is long or not until you start listening to it. Wow. Beautiful sounds here. Magical. Okay, with the palm muted guitars. You're a fan of the Midnight, Cena? Nice. This backbeat coming in, super strong. The strength in this track, I think, is the subtlety. The subtle new ARP just came in and it sounds really nice. Yeah, Cena, if you can really nail like your visual presence as an artist and combine that with music like this and just watch what other people in the space are doing with music like this. Shiva Films, welcome to the community. I think like you put together an EP of this. People love this kind of music. People love studying to this kind of music. People love working out to this kind of music. People just love listening to this kind of music. And like I said before, I think the strength in this track is its subtlety. And at the beginning, Superman was quick to judge and say, oh, it's kind of long at 3:35, which you might at first glance say, interesting, let's see where this goes. It might be kind of too long because some tracks overstay their welcome. I do not think this track overstayed its welcome at all because it gave us something new and evolved in a very satisfying way throughout. And like I said, it's the subtlety. There was never a wailing guitar solo. There was never just a ripping and rolling synth solo. And that's actually great because it evolved. It was still satisfying without those things because of the subtlety of the different layers that came in. And all the layers work together quite well. This point, Kirky says, I don't think it's long enough, to be honest. I agree. I think it could have actually been longer, but I don't want to create a monster. I think 3 minutes 35 seconds of a great thing is good. So like you have this first minute of all these kind of well-rounded sounds. Well-rounded, by that I mean there's not too much high end happening, right? And you have this for about a minute. Solid chord progression, solid melodies happening, a little 4 to the floor kick. But then at this moment, at like a minute 10 here, introducing this new sound is so great for the listener because we have not heard a similar sound yet. That in addition to new melodies and new musical ideas, fantastic. Then we get here, and it's kind of similar to this, right? First of all, let me just point this out. Y'all see me do this all the time, right? Y'all submit music, and if a track to me is boring, I click in one section of the track, listen to it, I click in another section of the track, and it's usually exactly the same. That's the mark of like an amateur boring beat. This track, however, this is the same verse material, but if I jump here, same verse material, but just the addition of that palm muted guitar gives it a bit more groove, gives it a bit more energy, and makes it different enough so that this track is not boring. And yeah, this was a great moment right here. I mean, to save this percussion, to save this backbeat drum kit to about 3/4 of the way through the track, which, by the way, pay attention to that, people. This is like the golden rule, right? This is pretty much probably exactly 2/3 of the way through, 3/4 of the way through, that golden mean right there. Perfect spot to drop something like that. And it takes a lot of restraint to say the actual drum kit isn't coming in until 2 minutes and 17 seconds in a 3-minute 30 track. It takes restraint to do that, but if you do it, it's very satisfying. For your improvement, Cena, it comes down to mixing as well. It's actually very similar to the feedback in the last track. That lead track, first of all, any element that doesn't need low end, take the low end out. Like this lead melody, dun, dun, that's got too much low end in it, and it's kind of conflicting with some other stuff, and it's also just a little bit too loud on top of the mix. Other than that, I think you did a pretty good job with the mix, because yeah, this, those are sitting perfectly. But Cena, great work. Really, really good job. I want you to do a whole... well, you know what? If releasing singles is good for you, release singles. But if you release a EP of this, or you just can continually release music like this, I think you will gain a lot of popularity and a lot of attention. Good job, Cena. Welcome to anybody who just joined as a member. I know I saw somebody come in. We did some applause. That's Shiva Films. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are new members, or if you're curious about being a member, linking your YouTube and Discord is really easy. Once you become a member, ! New member. To figure that out. Mika, hello. Didn't see you there. And Saksham, who just joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody's coming in with heat today. Yes. Very strong opening here. Next up, we got Rascal Z. Let's hear it. Which, by the way, we do have producers of all different levels. Try to give constructive feedback for all levels, you know? I'm new to music production. I've really been enjoying your music theory and music production video series, and now Ableton. Awesome, Rascal Z. This is a nice little Latin groove. Oh, that was a cool little swell. Very good use of the top end percussion. I'm conflicted about the bass line. What do you think, chat? Wow. Cool. Good job. Rascal, I know you said you haven't been producing for a while, but this does sound pretty good. The reason I mentioned the bass line, which is that I like the bounce and I like the groove of it, but it's also a little bit overbearing. Kirky Beat says a little too loud in the mix. Yes, I agree. But not only that, I don't know if there's a kick drum. Oops. I think there actually is a kick drum, but it's competing with that bass line. A little side chaining can help that. So getting it so the bass will duck under the kick. But also the bass, yeah, side chain, it says Piccolo Black, yes. But the drums are overall just not coming in strong enough. Like, of course, this percussion sits pretty loud in the mix on top, but the snare is super soft. There is a kick. This is great feedback. Yes, you want to have a nice, strong kick. Dun, 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 dun. Because rhythm is really important to this track. And kicks and basses can sometimes be competing with each other. So it might even be a little bit of EQ. The kick gets that subby low end. The bass has to have a little bit of that taken out of it. Or you carve out a little EQ for the kick. A little EQ space. But melody-wise, really, really good. And musical idea-wise, like I love what you did with those little swells. Just be careful they don't get too loud. Sounds that are naturally... sounds that naturally come out of the mix, like bright swells like that, don't need to be mixed super loud because they automatically do. They automatically come to the front. Okay, but one note about the drum mix that's like a dead giveaway. Listen to the clap here. It's so loud. Compared to the snare, like the snare is happening there. I know that it's happening in the back of my mind, but it's so soft. And then the clap happens and it's like, whoa. That one drum element is so loud. Cool. I'll say for sound selection, like I don't love the organ sound, the thing that's playing the chords. Dun, 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 dun. But I think that's the taste. I think otherwise it's an interesting sound selection. And I think what you're saying with what genre is it, I'm not sure. I think what would be helpful to you is checking out some of the music that you really love, of course, that's in a similar genre or in a similar space, and pay attention to their sound selection. If that's something you're struggling with, if that's something you want to get better with. Because when you're struggling with like, oh, what genre is this? You gotta realize the audience is too. So like, it's easy for people to pick up something to listen to when they know that it fits in a certain category. Oh, I want to listen to this kind of music today, or I want to listen to that kind of music. If you don't even know what kind of music it is, then it gets a little murky and it gets just harder to find an audience. But also you could just make whatever you want and not care about the audience. It's up to you whether or not you think about that. What's up, Common Beats? Thanks for joining. Good work, Lil Rascal. Piccolo Black, you're up next. Let's get into it. I just want to say shout out to Yuri Brownstein for becoming a member. Thank you, Yuri, for becoming a member. Welcome to the community. Amazingly, Yuri figured out that if you read the pinned chat, you can figure out exactly how to submit music. You can even, I know this is crazy, but you can even read the on-screen graphic that's down here, and it tells you exactly how to submit your music. Amazing. But people are having trouble with that. So let me just adjust it so people can maybe see it a little bit better. I think this one will do. Yes, perfect. That's how you submit music. Seems like people struggled. Good job, Yuri, though. Shout out to Yuri. Well done. Perhaps bass could have a bit more definition to it, a slight boost to the mids. Yeah, maybe a little bit of distortion or something, you know? Okay, Piccolo Black, we got early days. Piccolo Black, when's like, this will be my next release. Any tips or tricks to improve on it would be awesome. Got it. You got like a beat tape, Piccolo Black? Like, can people search up Piccolo Black, should they be searching on Spotify? Let us know. Tell people where to find you. I could have enlarged it by 400. I would have that alert taking up the whole screen, and people would still message and chat and say, "How do I submit? How do I submit?" I love this keyboard sound. Bacon sizzling. I absolutely love the drums. Piccolo Black, you have a great sense of sound selection, musical ideas, all that. I love that it's short and sweet. I love that it's gritty and beautiful at the same time. The one thing that stuck out to me, I like the whole track, so it's one of those things where I won't have much to say. But the one thing that stuck out to me were some of those riser sounds, some of those FX, the uplifters, whatever you want to call them. A little too bright, a little too loud. Trying to find a good one. Like that part, that top end is just a little too loud. And that bass, that like dark, heavy bass, is really dope. That little plucked guitar sound also sticks out a bit to me. I've heard a couple points in this track where you're using like it sounds like a granular delay or something like that. Or it's like some delays and reverses are happening in my left and right ear. Some of that is a little too bright too, and it's a little bit distracting because everything else is kind of like round and warm and in the middle. And when those things happening, it's kind of like sounds a bit random. Kick could maybe be a little bit heavier, little heavier. Though I do understand it's like these nice lo-fi drums, but a little bit more sub in that kick maybe. A little more punch, not punch, but just a little more sub. Yeah, a little hot on the highs, because like when that comes in, it's like the only thing that happens in the highs. But this is a beautiful sound here. Well done. Oh, good field recording too. When's the beat tape dropping, my friend? When is the beat tape dropping? Good job. Piccolo Black, well done. Is anyone submitting trap beats? Folks, don't worry about what other people are submitting. You can submit whatever music you're making. Like we've had, I know we'll have a lot of lo-fi artists on here, or we'll have a lot of like beat makers on here in general. Just because that's what my genre leans towards, but it's open to anybody. Like we already heard like a kind of synth wavy track. Don't worry about it. Submit your music. Anybody's welcome here. As long as your music doesn't spread any like hatefulness. I think TAETRO gets nightmares of people yelling, "How do I submit?" Listen, my friends, the only reason I harp on that so hard about the submitting thing is because I want you all to be the most successful artists that you can be. And if you're in my chat and my stream, not paying attention, not knowing how to like read directions, not taking steps to get the thing that you want for yourself when all the information has been given to you, I know you're going out into the world and doing that other places. And if you want to take this seriously, if you want to make it, all the people that know how to follow directions, that know how to find their own way, that know how to take steps to get to where they want without others' help, all those people are going to be successful way before you ever find success. Regardless of how your music sounds, you could have the best track ever, but if you don't read the fine print, or if you don't read the submission rules, or if you don't, whatever the opportunity is, if you need somebody to hold your hand through that, despite being given everything you need, you won't make it, unfortunately. All right, good job, Piccolo Black. Let's keep it rolling. All right, next up is SubZero. SubZero, here's what's up. Now, y'all are going to hear some tough love here today. Please don't take it the wrong way. I haven't actually seen you in chat yet, SubZero. I don't think. Just say hello if you're here. I see it now. Calm down, guys. No, bruh. It's on screen and it's at the top of the chat. So don't tell my chat to calm down. You calm down. You can take a little time out. Chat's trying to help you out. Nice try, though. All right, SubZero, here's the deal. Past few submissions that I've heard from you, there have been some glaring issues in terms of music theory, tonality, playing things that are not in the correct key. And I've given you multiple pieces of feedback on it. If we run into the same issues in this track, stuff that doesn't work musically, I'm not going to listen to the whole track, unfortunately. Because that means you just continue to submit without actually applying any of the feedback. And I say this with peace and love because you're a longtime member and I want you to get better. But I'm not going to play your music week after week after week if the improvement, the glaring improvement that needs to be made has not been made. That said, maybe you have been listening to the feedback and maybe you have been making great changes and studying. So let's listen to it. Love it. Peace out, Common. Thank you for hanging. D-sub, because you nail it with the rhythm. This guitar melody, this trap rhythm. I'm worried for the bass, though. Okay. Tabla and trap drums, exactly. It's dope, right? Yo, SDK's in the chat. What's up? Well done, well done. Sub-def improved on this one. You're 100% right. Good job, SubZero. We got these chords coming in that fit really well for like this B section without totally changing the track. Careful on that filter on the outro. It's making some of those mid frequencies spike a little too high. SubZero, everything that I said at the beginning, I'm so happy to say that this is huge improvement. Everything is locked in musically. Everything diatonically makes sense. No weird key stuff, which has been an issue in your previous work. Good job, SubZero. Let's give a round of applause for SubZero. And what I think is really, really important is this line right here. I enjoy making this track so much. I've always said this. I say this every time you submit. The strength for you is mixing a certain genre, like a certain like Western quote unquote genre, with Indian traditional instruments. And this is the perfect blend. We got a trap beat plus tabla. We have a pretty decent arrangement here. When these chords start to come in later, well done. Good execution on that. But the one thing, SubZero, the one thing that this track needs is a vocal or a rapper. I think if this is your sweet spot, if you really enjoyed making this type of beat, I think you should do this even more. More trap plus Indian traditional instrument elements. I think you should lean into that and do this a lot more, and then find a rapper or vocalist or multiple to collaborate with and get them on the beats. Because I'm consuming this beat not as if it's a standalone instrumental. It doesn't work as a standalone instrumental necessarily. It sounds really good, but I'm consuming it thinking that it's intended to have a top line, a singer or a rapper. Very good job, SubZero. Well done. Let's keep it rolling. Arcade Records with echoes. A lot of mountains in the artwork. Early release for TAETRO. Interesting. Nice. Yo, STK, thank you for the 17 months as a huge supporter. That's huge. Thanks so much, man. Fire submissions this month. Much love to y'all. Let's keep on making dope music. Hell yeah. I think this is now an outro that's not gonna have drums. This too shall pass. Thank you for the submission. Yeah, very great mood overall and good sound selection. I think it's a good example I want to point out here because we've had a couple submissions where the drums haven't fully come to where they need to go. And what you have here in the intro is you have these sort of reverby, distant drums, right? But then when the drums finally drop, LA Winter No Worries will, if you upload it to MP3, it's fine. SoundCloud is better though. You can quickly do it right now, just because people can go follow your page if they want. All right, good job. This too shall pass. Like I said, I was just pointing out the example of how to have like these echoey intro drums and then how to have your drums come full force eventually. You gotta usually have that. Some people are not doing that in their tracks. They just stay in the echoey, distant world the whole track, which makes the whole track sound like one long intro. Check your mix on some of this, because some of these, you have a lot of very distant sounds with a lot of space on them, but whoa, what did I do? But then you have like that sound that's essentially the snare is like very close to me. It's like so close and so in the front, it feels like the whole track is happening over there. Oh, I'm looking at this beautiful picture that is the track. And then but at the museum, somebody keeps walking by. That's what that snare kind of feels like. Something too far in the foreground. And I do like that like improvisational sort of piano stuff. The thing about the structure of this track though, is I fully expected one more sort of hook here at the end. One more hook with a bit more energy instead of this outro. So you have this drop, and then I want boom, like a hook, meaning like the chorus, like in pop music terms, I guess. It's this with like one more kind of melody on top or something. This with a little bit more energy should have happened here, and then take this outro and just put it after that. That's what I think. This could be a 3-minute track and it would make sense. Good moodiness though. Perfect fit for the community playlist, which I haven't looked at the submissions for in a while, but I promise I'll get to it within this week. So if you haven't submitted to the community playlist over on Discord and you've got a nice lo-fi track like this, let me know. Or not let me know. Go to that section of the Discord and fill out the form so I can add more tracks to the playlist. Good job, Arcade Records. All right, next up is Essie. Let's get Essie up here. Essie with Edge. What's going on? Don't want that. SoundCloud, please stop making a whole playlist. All right, Essie with Edge. Play. Here we go. Short one. All right. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, we got some like old school hip hop action. Nice. Oh, listen to those hi-hats. All right, Essie, I don't know. Okay, this is an idea that I would like to continue forward with, but I'm not sure what to do with it. Any tips or feedback would be appreciated. All right, good context. Yeah, well, to me, this sounds like a short demo. Oh, filter drums. Basically, what I would say is each of these sections that have full-on drums in them, you could pretty much double. You could double this section. You could definitely double this section. Actually, maybe this is a good length, and you could double this one. Get this to like a 2-minute something track. But in terms of like what to do with it, I don't know what I would add. I don't know what I would change other than making these sections longer. Like, give us more time to groove in these sections. Give us more time to live in the world instead of like jumping off so quick. Like this section's so good, but we get off of it so quick. Like there's also like, if you chopped this part off, this section and this section, these sections with no drums, they equal more than the sections with drums, which should not be the case, I don't think, in a beat, right? Like you want people living in the spot with the groove and the head nodding and the drums. Overall, there's really cool elements. There's that hi-hat roll in there. I love the sound of the percussion. I love the vinyl crackle, the character on this track. The piano's great. Careful with the piano that there's not too much mid-rangey stuff. Sometimes it gets a little muddy. Those chords come in a little heavy on occasion. But yeah, I think it's just make it longer. And if nothing's coming to you in terms of like a lead, like I could hear maybe like a saxophone sample on top, or like maybe you're playing a virtual saxophone instrument. If you can get that to fit sonically. Doesn't even have to be a solo. It could be just like saxophone riff. It could even be a guitar riff. Something. But yeah, give us a little more time. Let us live in it longer. I wouldn't change much about the sound selection and stuff currently other than extending those sections and perhaps adding some type of lead riff, lead instrument if you need something to keep it interesting towards the end. But this is a really good track, Essie. Well done. Really good beginning of a track, beginning of an idea, I would say. Boz. Busy Boz. Bounty. I'm gonna blast this on my speakers and I gotta check that the cat is not destroying things in the kitchen for a second. Okay. Dolph flip. R.I.P.
You are watching a master hour. My young nigga 50, both on little nigga grow up. Uncle Vic told me stay down with this shit till it blow up. Smoking on some shit you not got walk in my soul.
Hitting hard.
Used to sign for the packs, now I sign t-shirts and posters. I buy 100 racks to drop the top on that new roaster. Y'all go to dip, I claim you back, take a sip. Spend a little bit, check out a tip. I walk in my jelly, go crazy. Can't get money with me, you too lazy. One thing I ain't never did is never ever let a bitch play me. I put it down in the city, now I'm up, nigga. I used to eat 100 G's just for lunch, nigga. I got fuck niggas.
Man, this is dope.
Fuck niggas, hustle hard, ain't no such thing as luck, nigga. Down for so long, didn't have no fuck. In the Rex and image on my girl, watching her glow up.
Boz, answer me this. Do you do any type of performance, or is this strictly a production?
Ain't nobody show up. From my young nigga 50, both on little nigga grow up.
All right, yo, Boz or Petrichor, great job. This is heavy hitting. Like if you don't, I just stepped right outside the room, so I was listening the whole time. The reason I ask about performance is because like I really don't have any notes about the production of this. I think it sounds great. I think this type of music is super effective. It's hard hitting. People get hyped to it. It can move people on a dance floor or in a club or something like that. Or a house party. So like I don't have musical notes for you. What I would say is the performance aspect. You say, I want to start performing this year, just got to learn to make a mix. But also it's like, could you get a 404 and load certain elements of this beat in, and then you're tweaking performance effects or cueing in one shots? Like, that's the performance type for you, I think. It really screams like 404 type performance to me, and you can recreate that same environment in like Ableton Live or something with a MIDI controller, so it doesn't have to be on the 404. But that's what I picture for you. I picture you showing up to these beat nights, songs loaded up on the pads, whatever. You're queuing it up, you're dropping different things, different one shots. Like, I think this music can go far on that scene, in the beat scene. And if you have events like that in your area, great, but you might have to travel to find this scene, you know? But Boz, yeah, next step for you, get some of this stuff loaded up into some type of performance and start making videos too. Like, even if you don't have a place to go, like a club to go play these in, start making beat performance videos with these tracks. You say like, I just got to learn to make a mix. Yeah, but it's like, it's also like, you take your tracks. If you have a bunch of tracks like these, even if you have like 3 tracks like these, you get them all ready, you line them up, you figure out what the improvisational part you're going to do on top of them or with them. And then it's like in between, you just figure out how to transition in between them. Do you keep a rhythm going? Do you do some kind of floaty delay sound effect? And then you're just into the next one. Don't think too much about that, and don't let that hold you back too much. Just get in on starting to make some of these. Like with this track, even if you literally just... beginning, you're turning a filter, maybe you're playing with 2 effects on 2 knobs, and then when the drums come in, you're finger drumming. Then by midway through, maybe you're cueing that flute sample or whatever it is, or maybe you have a vocal one shot, oda, 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 oda. You know, just figure out, you don't have to play the whole track. Just figure out what are the little main parts that you can perform that make the performance interesting to watch, you know? Thank you so much. We got a decent scene in Cleveland. I'm starting to step into it. Yeah, if you're dropping stuff like this, I don't really know what the scene like is over there, but I think people will be hyped, no? Good work. Dot key. Why is this opening in a new window? That's bothering me. Tell me again. Okay, dot key, don't mind if I do. Wow. It's a little dark. I love all the sounds in this. This could go on the same beat tape as a Piccolo Black track, I think. Slightly different vibe, but also in the same world, but I love little stuff, little floaty stuff like that. I love that. Perfect moment to bring that synth. Oh, and beautiful vocal samples too. Give me a little more of an outro. Give me just like drums playing out, fading out or something. That is my only note, because otherwise, dot key. I love when a track has sounds that like I don't know what they are. Like, what is that intro sound? This one, where is it? Like, what is that? I don't even know what it is, but it sounds good. And it's just got these perfect chords. Like, the chords don't call attention to themselves, but you know they're there, and they're the foundation for the track. You're more interested on the world, what's happening all around me with all these different sounds. It's like I have no notes on this one. Like, I'm not changing anything about this. Like, are you gonna put it out, Dotki? Like, what's the plan? It's got to go on streaming platforms. Like, it's almost the same feedback I just gave for Boz, and like it goes for Piccolo Black too. Like, you all who are great beat makers that make fantastic music, you guys have to find more ways of getting your music out there. Like, obviously this is one way. This will only do so much, but you guys got to start making videos with these beats. You know, that's my biggest advice. Oh, a sound you found in Chopped from Arcade. Arcade, interesting. Arcade. I wonder if TAETRO will ever do some work with Arcade in the very near future. I wonder. Interesting. I couldn't possibly say. And it also makes me wonder, are we... Oh, that's a good point, Cena. Yes. In July, we are having a video creation for music makers, music producers workshop. So if that does speak to any of you, make sure you're a VIP member for the month of July. Okay, this makes me wonder. Dotki, great track. I don't know what to tell you. Great track. Put it out. We want it. Submit it to the Lo-Fi Loft playlist so I can put it on there. Are we building like one of the strongest beatmaker communities on YouTube is my question. And what else can we do? For some of those of you who are like have really, really strong tracks, I wonder what we could do. I wonder if maybe I could like do an invite only video that's sort of like a concert. If people were able to do it, like if each of the really strong beat makers from the community, or maybe it could be a series where I pick 5 of who I think is crushing it. If those 5 producers can shoot like a decent video of their track, and I can even help like edit it or something, make like one of those like 30-minute lo-fi tracks, and it'll start with maybe like I'll make the first beat, somebody makes a second beat, something like that, so that everybody can get individually showcased. Let's think about it. Anybody has any other ideas? Something more we can do, because I want people to know that this is like one of the strongest beatmaker communities on YouTube. Not sure that people know that. Anyway, Dotki, good job. Kind of like the Lo-Fi Festival on Twitch. Tell me more about that, Kirky. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm just going to cruise down and look at the submissions that we have left to just kind of count so I can figure out time to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. Okay. We're going to close submissions in about 3 minutes. So after this next track, we're going to close submissions. So if you've been lurking in chat, wondering, like MBTR, who just became a member, if you've been lurking in chat and you are wondering whether or not to become a member to submit music today, you have until we finish this next submission. And then I will be closing submissions. TAETRO Community Showcase Volume 1. Yes, that's smart. Interesting. I gotta start writing some stuff down. All right, anyway, Joshua Ho, let's keep it moving. All right, anyway. Oh, we got a video submission. I love to see it. Speaking of video. MBTR, don't worry though, because you're already a member, so you'll definitely get in. So don't feel like you have to rush. I'm loving these chords so far. Such a good video. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, I wonder what this is. Tell me more about that art on the wall. This is like a movie, very cinematic. I will say, you could tone it down on the field recording a bit though. The rain is a little bit too loud. Awesome. Joshua Ho, well done. Yeah, like I was saying, first of all, I love all the musical ideas of the blend of the sounds. I love what you do with the electric guitar against the lo-fi beat. It's really great. I think I mentioned this last time, but it's like reminiscent of the 1975, which I'm a big fan of. I think it's interesting that there's that B-roll in the beginning, and then it's kind of comes back a little bit, I guess. So here's my question for you. It does look like you have like a desktop computer. Maybe you don't have a laptop. But it would be, your videos would be a little bit to the next level if you were out here doing the finger drumming as well. I just kind of, upon looking at it a second time, I really like the writing in the notebook. That sound effect is good. Yeah, but so like by this point here, the rain is just like a bit too loud. The thing about the field recordings and stuff is if you put it in the track and it's just subtle, it's enough to trigger that feeling for the listener. Like it doesn't have to be too loud. Like just a little bit of rain in the background makes people realize, oh, this is like a rainy, moody track. It actually prevents me from playing this track as loud as I want to play it, because as I play the track louder, the rain just gets a little bit overbearing, and it's almost like a relief when it finally kind of goes away. So just be careful with that. It's a simple, subtle change. Don't have a laptop at the moment, but I think it's a good idea to go out. Yes, and think about this. Could be something as simple as if you have a small MIDI controller that can be used with your phone. Like, yeah, the MPD. I don't know if you can hook that up to a phone. I bet you could. But even if you have an app, like a free app, like Groovebox or something like that, that you can record MIDI into, it doesn't matter the sound of the app. You could record MIDI into the app while you're out and about, and then bring that MIDI back home and layer it in with the track, and then you'd have something that matches up, you know? That's one solution around the laptop thing, potentially. Okay, last thing I'll say is sort of like about the arrangement and the variety of musical ideas here. It's sort of... by this point here, by the midway point, when that high piano comes in, dun, 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 it kind of, like here, yeah, we get the full backbeat, but like, I'm wanting something a little bit more by here. I don't know what it is. And it could just be a personal taste thing. Like, could there be a snare in the background that has a lot of reverb on it or something that just gives it a bigger sound here at the end? Something that just makes it a little bit more different from what came before. Something with a little bit more energy. But it does kind of work beautifully as this just like subtle chill beat. So good job. Just good job overall. Just a couple subtle tweaks that I would make based on my own taste, but maybe that's not your taste, so that's okay. That's a great melody. Good job, Josh, and keep doing these videos. So please go subscribe. Like all the artists today, obviously, if you like their music, go to their pages, give them a follow, give them a sub. 243 subscribers, 218 views. That's actually really good, because it means like most of your subscribers are watching your videos. But like, let me just take a look real quick. I'm not going to put you on blast or anything. Doing covers, super smart. That's fun. I would play that. Maybe I'll take a look at this later. But very, very smart kind of strategy here, right? You're doing these covers. Some might catch on, and then what happens is maybe you'll get recommended. If I will make one last visual suggestion, the videos kind of have this desaturated, almost greenish tone to them, it seems. I would go lighting brighter and more saturated. Like this video seems to have a lot of saturation, more color. This video is an example of that green tint. Your face is nice and bright, more of that. Oh, is this a suggestion that I made last time? Interesting. But see how this is like super dark? I see that you use the instruments in the thumbnail, but your face is super dark. So it makes me like feel like, oh, it's not going to be that high quality of a video. But continue with this strategy. I think you'll do well. You're doing a lot. Keep going. Don't stop. Answer every comment. Stay consistent. If that means uploading on the same day every week or whatever it means, like just stay consistent. Good job, Joshua Ho. And this was smart, but what really, like the way YouTube's algorithm works is like, if it was like that when you first posted it, like, cause it's from 9 months ago, right? So the algorithm doesn't know to kind of inject it back in. But you could share it on your socials and stuff. Be like, hey, and hashtag 1975. And maybe it would get some traction that way. But when you first release something, that's the most important time for the YouTube algorithm. All right, I'm getting in the weeds on all this YouTube stuff. Doug Tor, Love C. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for becoming a VIP member, nonetheless. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you take advantage of all the free stuff on the community tab for VIP members and go watch the previous members only workshops if that's what you're into. But for now, submissions are going to be closed. So Doug Tor and I think MBTR, right? You guys already joined, so get yourself connected in the Discord and get your tracks in there. That's fine. But any other new members or anything, we will not be accepting more submissions today. So if somebody could type submissions closed, that would be very helpful to me. And let's keep it rolling. John Jill, you're up next. Thank you, Keith. Okay, with your little summer day beat. Good vocal. High energy. By this point, I would have wanted a little more variation. This could for sure be in a commercial. Reminds me of staring into a big empty sky doing nothing except enjoying the breeze. Loves that. I love that lead sound in particular. That sounds really great. Good job. Yeah, sound selection, musical ideas, all beautiful. I love that. So yeah, by this point, let me go here. See, this is my test, right? That's my test. And like, it's not like tracks can't have sections that repeat, right? But you should give me something a little more here by the end. Because even though these things are all really, really cool, and I love that you dialed it back at this moment too, I need one more. I lost my original file, so that's it, lol. But this won't be your last beat, so this feedback can of course be taken for future beats. It's just like, what's the one last thing? Like maybe there's a shaker, even like a simple, like just one more percussive loop that adds just a little bit more energy here at the end. Give me something else. Or maybe you take that vocal sample and instead of it playing its full melody, maybe it's chopped. Just a bit of variation. If you notice that one of your sections is pretty much exactly the same, that's a sign to you, like, okay, how do I evolve it in this last section? Otherwise, good job, John Jill. Well done. All right, Superman. Right now, I gotta bring Discord over here on this screen. I think it's my biggest struggle variation. Right. Yeah, it's a lot of us. Like, we come up with a good idea and we want to just stick with that one good idea. But there's lots of ways. Hopefully we talked about a lot of ways today. All right, Superman, what's up with this? We're uploading directly to Discord. It's a sneak peek. It's 4 minutes and 36 seconds, bro. That ain't no sneak peek. We'll listen to at least the first 3 minutes. Going hard already. The strings are falling off rhythmically, I feel. They're a little bit behind. Cool. So that's the thing, right? Piccolo Black says, I want to hear vocals on this. That's my thing, Superman. It's like, how many rappers have you been collaborating recently? I think, Superman, you're only allowed to submit next month if you have a track that actually has a vocalist or a rapper on it. Because that's the true next step for you. Your beats sound great. Week after week, they sound great. Perfect. Maybe not perfect, but I would say good enough to get a decent rapper on them, you know? But they're clearly meant for that. Oh, I didn't mean to hide that. I meant to show that. I pushed the wrong button. The evolution here is good. Yeah, we're at 3 minutes, but I get the vibe, my friend. This is a great beat as usual. You do a really good job. I mean, it almost sounds like, to me, it's less like you need to be selling individual beats one-offs. It's more like you need to meet some artists that you really believe in, rappers, vocalists, whatever, because this track is very conceptual and very cinematic, and very just like bigger than your average, you know, type beat. Because this album feels like, I mean, this track feels like it would belong on a concept album, like it's going somewhere, like it's part of some bigger story. Very cool vocal at the end there. My only musical critique is at the beginning when the hi-hats and snare first come in, filter them in. Because once those hi-hats and snares come in, they're basically there the whole time. So if you can give us some variation throughout, like definitely filtering them in during the intro, but maybe there's a section where they get filtered as well. Just something. So like, yes, I want to hear your music with somebody on it, but I also want to hear you produce a whole album for somebody that feels the vibe, you know? Good job, Superman. All right, I'm going to bring this back down here. We're going to get Tant. Who's got a whole song for us. Faded. I'm worried. The guitar tuning. But let's hear where it goes. I'm a little worried. The guitar is out of tune. I'm worried.
Tell me why I've got this broken thoughts. In my head all I see is noughts. Tell me why I bleed all these tears I feel, every pain that I feared. Tell me why I've been through a lot. Have no money, needed to plot. I'm a rap, no that's not funny. Used to get laughed at a lot. Tell me why I can't follow my dreams. I'm bad now, but I'll get better. Who knows, one day it might blow. Ah, wow, probably never. Tell me why my mum was suicidal, schizophrenic, BP the list goes on. Just tell me why, I just need to know it. Now I feel like I'm losing it, but fuck it, I'll never quit. Cross my heart, I hope I die, I'll come back from this trip. And fuck everyone that's hated, go ahead and talk that shit. My heart's a sunken ship, I'm numb.
Camera's out of focus.
I know I make you sick. How the fuck am I to survive when it's 9 to 5, with the cost of living going up? Government's looking at us like we're dummies, they don't give a fuck. As long as they're stable, how am I supposed to provide for my children? I'm not able to. Sorry daddy, can't put food on your plate because they took our money to feed the mistakes. And then they say we'll put a minimum wage, but it's still not enough and you know that. It's fucked up, you need to own that. Take that shit back before it falls flat. Click, clack, then it goes splat. The rest will fall back. Rat-a-tat-tat, got them flipping
Rat-a-tat-tat.
over like now I feel like I'm losing it, but fuck it, I'll never quit. Cross my heart, I hope I die, I'll come back from this trip. And fuck everyone that's hated, go ahead and talk that shit. My heart's a sunken ship, and numb to it, I know I mean. Now I feel like I'm losing it, but fuck it, I'll never quit. Cross my heart, I hope I die, I'll come back from this trip. And fuck everyone that's hated, go ahead and talk that shit. My heart's a sunken ship, and numb to it, I know I make you sick.
I assume the song ended where the vocal ended, but the guitar just keeps going because of a video. If not, the outro can't just be that. Okay, number one thing, the fact that it's a rap song, the vocal production sounded really good, and I think the rapping was really good. That literally saved you because I was really worried that there was going to be singing, only because the guitar is super out of tune. You have to tune the guitar. Even if you kind of want this sort of out of tune guitar sound, it can't be out of tune. There's ways to have like a sort of a broken off kind of sound without it being totally out of tune. So tune the guitar first and foremost. But having said that, I think you have something really interesting. I'm not too tuned into the UK sort of rap stuff. However, if you could play guitar and rap at the same time, I think aesthetically that's really cool and gives you a little something different, gives you a little edge. If you could play this riff, dun, 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 I think you could do that and rap at the same time if you practice. You definitely could if you practice. The image of somebody playing guitar and rapping, I think could be really interesting. And lyrics aren't cheesy, vocal production's good. I said that. If you're gonna record a video and call it music video, make sure you're in focus. Your hand is in focus. Your face is not in focus, so just be sure. You can usually turn on something called focus peaking on your camera, which will show you a little graphic over or a little overlay to show you what is in focus and what is not in focus. The struggles of filming yourself, I of course understand. And at the beginning here, you took some time to like, okay, you recorded yourself playing guitar from this angle. You recorded yourself playing guitar from this angle. Good. So why not do that with the verses as well? Why not do one verse from one angle, another verse from another angle? Just thinking about all that and thinking about how to keep people interested in not only the song but the video. But I think it's a pretty good song. I'm still new to guitar. Hey, you're doing great though. I think the thing about the fact that you're new to guitar, it's like, okay, you played some chords that you knew how to play. You played a simple riff on top of that. That's great. Instead of saying like, oh, I'm not good enough at guitar yet, I'm not going to make anything. You made something. That's most important. Broken thoughts. Good job. Good job, Faded. Thank you for your first submission here. Of course, any genre is welcome, and I think that was great. I think you have a lot of potential. I've subscribed. Hopefully other people will go subscribe. Keep putting out some original music. Make those visual improvements. Think about the song that way. Think about your aesthetic as an artist, you know? I think you have an advantage of playing guitar and rapping at the same time. You have cool tattoos, you know? Good job. Good work. All right, LA Winter, I see your submission there in the Discord, but I know that you submitted a link later, so I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna get that. Kirky Beats is up next. Quenel, what's good, Quenel? Happy weekend, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Do I listen to metal, any metal music? I do not, Noel. Kirky has so much studying to do. Some say he's still there studying to this day. Producer identity crisis lately, even though this is still a lo-fi vibe. I've started getting more into sound design, therefore added some not so usual sounds. I have thoughts. Ooh. Uptown lo-fi. If only there was a way to tell if submissions were closed. It's a very early and rough draft I tried to put together before the stream. Hey, good job though. The bones are here. So there's one sound that I don't like, and there's one sound that I do like. The sound that I just don't like this bit crushed sound. I think that kind of bit crushed, distortion-y kind of sound is just distracting. I never like that sound. I know a lot of plugins have it. I don't like that sound. I think it would be stronger without that. Or at the very least, muffled and in the background, layered with the guitar. This section here with this kind of almost like future bassy type chord rhythm, I think is cool. I think it could definitely work. However, I don't think it's quite mixed properly. I think it would work better as a brighter sound. Not too bright, still lo-fi, but a brighter sound. Because right now it's in that mid-range, that mid-warm range, and then it kind of just goes away. But if it was the same exact musical idea, but it was wide and semi-bright, I think it could work. And some of these sections, yeah, are just beautiful. So, and Piccolo Black said it best. For last minute beat, this is crazy good. Yeah, it's really good. I appreciate that you are trying things. And I do appreciate the like producer identity crisis, like trying to throw in some new sounds, trying to do something new. You should keep doing that. Just make sure you're doing new things that you think sound good, not new things for the sake of new things. Sometimes we fall into that trap. Oh, I've never used this sound before. Let me just throw it in a track. It's like, yeah, you never used that sound before, but it's because it didn't sound good. As opposed to a sound like, oh, I've never used this sound before, and I think it would sound good with this. That sort of thing. Maybe not so much high-end cutoff on that chord instrument, yes, but then also maybe less lows and mids in that sound, too. Well done, Kirky. My mouse isn't working. Hold on. My second screen here is having issues. Give me a moment and we will continue moving through our submissions. We got a few more to get through today. So far, they've been very, very strong. All right, iPad, wake up. I use my iPad as a second screen. And here's the thing about this. Apple, you make the iPad. You make the computer. you make a feature called AirPlay where I'm supposed to be able to use this as a second monitor. I don't use it wirelessly because it rarely works wirelessly, but even now plugged in, it doesn't work. It works. It just occasionally doesn't work, but it's interesting. Are you using an iRig? No iRig. Just using an iPad as a second screen. And we're back. Okay. So I have here Friendly Fish. Names for people on SoundCloud. Who are you? You're new to the server, so please, if you're new to the server, your YouTube name should be in your submission. So if you go edit your submission, that would be appreciated. Ugh, is my screen freezing again? Yes. Sorry, guys. Give me one technical moment here. Just to try this one more time. Second link, it's me. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you are new here, there's a pinned post at the top, which I know in the moment not everybody is going to check out. But for future ones, you'll see. LA Winter, I was correct in saying that you did put a SoundCloud link, right? I didn't make that up. Just want to make sure it's there. If not, I can jump back up to the MP3 submission as well. No problems there. But I'm just connecting my iPad mini again so I can have the second screen. Not that I absolutely need it, but here we are. Okay, it's this second one, names for people. XNL upload V1. Let's go back to our screen view. And let's hear it. It's a short one. Okay. I'm awake. I'm awake. Cody Davis, tell me more about this track and why it ends at 1 minute and 18 seconds abruptly. That's dope. That's really dope. Different than anything we've heard today, but also it just sounds super clean. So much energy. I love the side chain that's happening. But like, what's stopping it from being 3 minutes long? Perhaps you just uploaded it for the stream or something, or it's just an idea. But what I say is take your tracks to the full level. Why are we calling it maybe accidental upload is the actual title, or maybe that's just like, oh, I can't come up with a name, so I'll put accidental upload. Let's go. Bring it to a full track. People want to hear this for sure. I thought it was going to be a rock song for sure. That element of it, that surprise element, actually helps a lot. Not helps a lot, but it's pleasant for the listener to have their expectations. Like you set them up with some guitar and you're like, okay, what is this? But then you smack them in the face with what it is, which is really cool. Fantastic mix. We got a party going, lads. Exactly, Saksham. Cody Davis, or anybody who's watching in chat, go follow Names for People. We want to hear more of this, so please keep it coming. Piccolo Black saying, when's it coming out? Great ear candy. A lot of praise in the chat. So people do ask, like, oh, can I only submit a lo-fi beat? Is this just a lo-fi crowd? Clearly not, because we're all stoked about this kind of beat. Thanks so much, man. I'll work on it ASAP. Not just that, but as you're working on this, because I have no real musical feedback for this other than like, where's the rest of the song? But the thing is, as you start working on this track more and more, I want you to start saving your sounds as presets. Remembering specific things you did in the production that will sort of become your sound, because I think people don't want to just listen to this song, but they want like basically a whole soundtrack of this music. Not only that, I think there's a lot of opportunities for you in sync, potentially doing some music for commercials, etc. I think people want this kind of music for sure. Car commercial, vodka commercial. Sting said one of the things that he strives for is surprise in his music. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes a great story, right? If there's a surprise in the story, you start telling this mundane story about an interesting kind of situation, but then there's a surprise, right? Same thing for music. First time submission from Names for People, aka Cody Davis in chat, and a great first submission at that. We hope to hear more of your music, my friend. Well done. We want to hear the fully fleshed out version. And now that you're in the Discord, there is also a Share Your Music channel, which is a different channel than the one that we're currently using. But use that channel, folks, if you're new or even if you're not new, to share your new music when it does come out. All right, Sav. Want to have Omnisphere beat. If I could say, before we even listen to this track, red flag that the art is like a picture of the product box. I think you could be a little more, yes, maybe you used Omnisphere a lot in this track. Want to have Omnisphere. Maybe you want to have Omnisphere. You didn't use it. But I think you could have put a little more thought into your title and track art. That's what I'll say. But let's hear what it sounds like. Bro, I don't want this. Go away. To me, this kind of thing just kind of screams amateur. Like I'm uploading my first track on SoundCloud, which is fine, but you don't have to do that, you know? This is a marathon stream. You're much appreciated. Yeah, we usually do a lot on these streams once a month. The drums are too loud. The clap is too loud, I should say. The clap is quite loud. Oh, cool little 808 stutter roll there. Chat, I have questions about desk chairs later. Don't let me forget. Arrangement wise, good. That little drop there. Nice. I love the vocal. So you say ignore the name, but I can't really ignore the name. You could have given it a better name. It's not a huge deal, but I'm just saying. Oh, you uploaded 1 hour ago, so you might have uploaded quickly for the stream. But nonetheless, look outside. The first thing you see. But yeah, titling work is hard. And the thing about this is, to me, this track sounds better than I would have expected it to, based on its title and based on its art. Yeah, drum mixing is a little sus. I think, yeah, that clap is pretty loud. Hi-hats are... To me, the hi-hats are fine. The
the other thing I'll say about this track, so this kind of trap beat type beat kind of thing is fine. And when it starts, so it does have the good thing of like, if I click over here and then I click over here, there's different stuff. But to me, the beginning of this track is just kind of basic. The 808 roll that happens is cool. The reason I say it's basic in comparison to what comes later. And anybody who's making these type of beats, trap beats, maybe you want vocalists to purchase them or something like that, trying to market them. As much as you can interject a certain style or something, because by the time we get to this point, I can hear your style on display here. We've got those vocal samples happening. We've got that brighter background synth happening. And it's just overall more interesting by this point. So I'm not saying copy this section and put it here, but I'm saying how can you give us a taste of what's coming later during this moment? How can you foreshadow what's coming with little gestural things? Not everything has to be a loop, not everything has to be a melodic phrase or something. Because the melodies are good, the bass line is good. I think quick check on the mix with the percussion will be helpful. And overall, the next step is, how do you get it in front of vocalists? How do you find vocalists to collaborate and get on it? Of course. And to me, not to harp on the name and the artwork thing again, but it's like, is it really in your brain that you need Omnisphere? Because this beat sounds pretty great, other than a few changes. Why do you need Omnisphere? You're making decent music already. And I know that you can make better music than this too, if you keep going and you keep working. So like, this tells me a lot about your mindset. Like, I wish I had Omnisphere. You're thinking about what you wish you had. You're thinking about what you don't have, rather than think about what you have, which you did say, oh, I was downloading a bunch of plugins. You have a lot already. So that should be your mindset. You have a lot. You can make great music with what you have. Keep going, keep improving with the tools that you have. And you can. There's great musical ideas here. This is a totally fine beat. I hear inklings of like what could separate you from other producers. So lean into that stuff more and keep growing. Good job, and thank you for your first submission. We have 2 more to go. LA Winter Music with Money Flow. And then after we're done with submissions, we'll do a little bit of chatting. So if anybody wants to do like Q&A after, we can do that. I got what they want, $5 screaming more. I just wanna watch that money flow. So much louder than I expected. Honey's in this club at the floor. I just wanna watch that money flow. I switch it, you ain't ever gonna spend it. I'm just way too good at placing. I'm the one that gets to take it. Click and place initiation. Ain't got problems till you make them. Careful, come up adoration. Catching hearts if I don't break them, yeah. I'm a physical one, metaphysical love, inescapably known. Triplet, cutting straight to the bone. Dun, 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 I got what they want, $5 screaming more. I just wanna watch that money flow. Raining green honeys in this club at the floor. I just wanna watch that money flow. Nice. Move it, just take one to innovate it. This desire can't be sated, make you strong to elevate it. Take my house and take my patience, lay my life in my complacence. In the end, I'm gonna fake it, but it's fine if we stay faded. I'm a physical one, metaphysical love, inescapably known, cutting straight to the bone. I got what they want, $5 screaming more. I just wanna watch that money flow. Raining green honeys in this club at the floor. I just wanna watch that money flow. I love, like, the hook of this track is great. That lead melody. love that kind of singing that just came in. That was really good. This is so strong. Good job. Wow, LA Winter. Unexpected. I feel like I didn't know that you made this kind of music, but this is cool. It's your vocal, your instrumental. You made the instrumental as well, I'm assuming. You did the production. Confirm, please, confirm. So, instrumental-wise, I would not change really anything. I think it sounds pretty good. Nothing stuck out to me about the mix. Arrangement sounded pretty good. I love the instrumentation. Such a strong hook. I wrote the song and made everything. That's amazing. Good job. This is so strong. I mean, if you were not making this for yourself as an artist, I think you could definitely get placements with people wanting this type of instrumental, this quality instrumental. The only production thing I will say is on the vocal production front. The vocals are coming across too bright for me, and I think you have a reverb on there that is like a high, that is reverberating on higher frequencies, those S's. Maybe you need to implement a de-esser as well, but that was the only thing that stuck out to me production wise. Now, if I may, that is my only musical production feedback. But if I may, this can absolutely not be the album art for this track. By no means can this be the album art for this track. This looks like, with Peace and Love, where music producers would have to be graphic designers, it just looks like it doesn't have enough character. The quality of the artwork does not match the quality of the track. So, my suggestion to you, look up album arts of... I've been listening to a lot of Post Malone. He uses that high frequency reverb. Yes, but here it's a little too harsh. Artwork is my weakest point. That's fine. You don't have to be an amazing artist, but you do, in that case, want to make sure you're either spending a little bit of money, like we spend money on plugins, right? We spend money on our DAWs. We spend money on a lot of dumb crap for our studios. Sometimes you got to spend money on artwork if you want that track to reach the audience you want it to reach, if you want it to gain the respect you want it to have. You can spend money on what's happening. What the hell is that? Spend the money where you need it. Think of all the money you saved on hiring a producer for this track because you're such a good producer. Or, you have a friend and you guys can work together, something like that. But look at the artists that you like. Talk about Post Malone. Isn't he in a lot of his artwork? Like, make your artwork photograph. Like, if you're a bad graphic designer or artist, make your art photographic. Not everybody's a photographer, but... LA Winter, very good job. That was quite the surprise. We have one final submission here for today. Doug Tor. Love Say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give it a listen. Peace out, Piccolo Black. Thanks for hanging. This is scary, not gonna lie. Interesting. Space Spectre. Oxygen V13 TAETRO. some harsh frequencies in there that definitely need to be subtracted out. We have another community member named Nascent, who is not here today, but creates instrumentals that almost feel like they could be in the same world. Chat, tell me if you agree with that. My initial reaction here, though, Doug Tor, is to just look up some mixing tutorials around subtractive EQ. Because there's some mixing stuff in here, and there's some resonant frequencies that are hitting my ear just the wrong way. Hey, what's up, Panda Cat? I'm getting lost here. Oh, but we're back. I hear the epic strings happening, and I think there is an epic, almost cinematic quality, almost like Final Fantasy soundtrack-esque qualities to this. Wow, that was a great moment. But there's a lot of sounds competing for each other. There's some of that like percussion-y, not percussion-y, but RP synth in there, plucky, that's popping out when really the chords should be swelling and carrying everything. I think a game soundtrack is the context that I think this track would make most sense in. Good outro. I think that's smart. You take that melody and you start to crossfade it with another instrument, so it becomes this soft soul instrument. But yeah, that's my basic main feedback, is you have this track that is pretty cinematic, but also it does sound like you're approaching this from the position of like a classical composer or something doing electronic music. And I'm gonna just do my little test here, which is like click here, click here. This is like the same things, you know? And it's also a lot. So it's like big epic strings plus that vocal, which is holding these long legato notes. It becomes a little bit overbearing. So I need something at some point that gives me a break. And yes, we have this solo section, but it's still like busy. It doesn't give the listener a chance to relax. You know, tension and release, right? There's really no tension and release here. I hear building, I hear an epic, but I don't feel tension and release. I don't feel moved into the next section. I just feel like wall of sound is happening. Here's a slightly smaller wall of sound happening, and then here's another big wall of sound. And the thing that I was mentioning about the little plucky things, it's like you have these big sounds, these large sounds, and then you have these little tiny plucky things happening. So it's kind of like they don't match that much. Even the singer is singing long tones, grandiose, all that. So just something to think about instrumental wise, but I think it's for sure interesting. I'm just going to play that moment back again because I think that's one of the strongest moments. Like, that is the only moment of drama, like dramatic tension and release there. If you can lean into doing more stuff like that, I'm not saying do breaks every 5 seconds, but I'm saying lean into the drama of that. Try to build more drama and have it be just less wall of sound that's kind of unrelenting, you know? And then also think about the context. Where does this music fit? Is it part of a longer concept album? That makes sense to me. Is it game music? Is it paired with cinematic visuals? I like the album art a lot. All things to think about when you're creating. What is the project? This is the song, but what is the project in which the context makes sense? And with that, that was our final submission of the day. So thank you to Doug Tor. Thank you to everybody who became a member today. Shout out to all the new members. We had a lot of first-time submissions today, and I definitely appreciate that. We do these streams once per month. So if you didn't get a chance to submit this time around, no worries. We do it once a month, and it's part of your membership. So as long as you stay a member, you can keep submitting month after month. If you did become a member today, it's worth just going over to the community tab because there are some members only posts there. There are a couple small packs available for all members, like small little sample packs for the lower tier, but then there are some bigger ones available for VIP tier. So there's a big one available for the VIP tier. So check that out. And also at the VIP, you can go watch our previous 2 members workshops. We'll have another one next month in July about video creation for music producers. Really very, very, very strong entries. And I don't want to be like, there are those YouTubers, you guys know who they are, that every time they do something, they say it's the best thing that they've done. This is the best beat I made. I really think, guys, this is the best beat I've ever made. I don't want to be like that. So I only say this when I kind of mean it. But I do think this was perhaps the strongest selection of entries that we've had in the history of doing these streams. So any final Q&A stuff, drop comments in the chat. We can chat for a little bit. My question about chairs is like, what are y'all doing for your desk chairs? Because this chair, I cannot sit up straight in it and it's just giving me issues. Is there a way to like adjust chairs? Look at how I have to sit in this basically. It's always leaning back, right? To even rest my head has to be like back. This is the relaxed position. So to sit forward, I have to put my weight sort of like towards my knees, like my thighs towards my knees, and sit like this. But now I'm not getting back support. And it's really making me struggle. I don't know if I have to adjust the chair or if it's just a bad chair. I'm convinced it's probably a bad chair. So like I'm constantly now leaning forward so that I can get to the computer or get to work, lean forward and rest my weight here, where I would rather be sitting up kind of straight, resting my lower back, not like this. I hear the Herman Miller chairs are the best, also very expensive. Fantastic. If anybody wants to go ahead and drop a super chat so I can get a Herman Miller chair, that'd be great. Everybody wants to upgrade to huge supporter so I can get a Herman Miller chair, go for it. Looks like we're making some connections in chat about artwork and stuff. I have a motor operated sit-stand desk. This desk is a sit-stand desk, but that does not solve my problem. I would like to be comfortable sitting. Oh God, oh God. Careful, careful. Cities is nice. Not sure if they're available in the US. I'll check it off. Write that off for the studio. I literally could, but it's just like, oops. I paused the background music. Where is my mouse? It's the second screen again. Maybe just pilly behind your neck. Yeah, but I don't want to have to bring a pillow in here. I would like the chair to function as a chair. You know what I mean? So I don't know if anybody has a good chair. Who knows? I've never found a good chair. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Pillow on the lower back. Yeah, I think that's these are all. That's what I got to do. You know. Had a Herman Miller Mira 2 for a year. Been great. Let's look this up. Herman Miller. Let's look it up. Okay, so we're talking a $995 chair here, folks. This is what you all want me to get? This is what I need? I just feel so dumb spending that amount of money on a chair, and I'm just not convinced that it will make a difference. Although the price does sort of imply something, right? I would need to go somewhere and try it. Where can I go and try it? Where do they sell these? Because I think about the hours I spend sitting in my desk, I think it's for sure worth it. Well, worth an investment when you really think about it. Viral Beat says, don't waste money on that. I think some of you all react to prices in very weird ways. It's like when I did the lemon drop video and it's like this tiny little synth for $400. I think some folks just react to price rather than react to what the thing actually is. Anything more than $300 is too much. I don't think that's fair to say. I think you're just talking about price. You're not talking about quality of the actual thing. And having never tried it, Viral Beats, I think you should just not have you don't have to have a strong opinion. It's your back health. When you're old and you've made a lot of money, you don't want to waste it on your back then. See, that's good. So maybe it doesn't have to be this chair. Maybe there's like a mid-tier that's even better. Steel case, have similar quality, better price. Where does one go to even try out all these different desk chairs? Steel case. Yeah, so we're looking at like a half range price. Oh no, this is a desk included. That's why. They have some expensive chairs here too. Look at this. Sheesh. You can get a chair and a desk for less than this just chair. Seating. Wow. 1,300. 679. That seems sane. And then we do have to think about design, right? Of course. We have to think about the aesthetic. Build yours. I don't want to build it. You all are the chair makers. I don't want to customize a chair. So this seems like what I'm noticing is the construction is similar to the Herman Miller. The chair I'm in is like the cheapest Amazon chair. All right, I'm just going to have to do some thinking about it. It's fine. Oh, we can customize the color. Leather. That might be nice. Check that out. Okay. Now we're having fun. Okay, Steelcase Amiya is a mid-range chair they say is comparable to their flagship stuff. What we don't know is that Christopher Stoltz is the CEO of Steelcase. JK. The Amiya. Mamiya Air. This site is not great. Okay. I'll have to try one out. I'll have to find some retailers, or I just like start baiting them on social media to send me a free one or something. Get one with a lot of plastic showing because they have room to decorate. No, I'm not looking to put stickers on the chair, Eric Clark, but thank you. The Herman Miller has a mesh seat. Never gets hot and sweaty. Interesting. See you later, Essie. All right, I think on that note, I think we're done today, my friends. This has been great. This has been fun. Thank you all for indulging on this chair conversation. Who knows when I will make up my mind and get a new chair. But that's going to be it. Very strong entries today. The next thing you all should be looking out for. Uri, I am not familiar with that plugin. I've seen you message that like 3 times. No. Tomorrow, a new video is dropping. It is the beat that I made with Sanjay C. So it's a Sanjay C X TAETRO video dropping tomorrow. Turn on notifications. Be there. I want to see you all in the comments. First. Who's going to be first? It better be somebody from this chat. And then I should have a video out on Wednesday as well. And then I should have a video out the following Sunday. Normal upload schedule is on Sundays. So just stay tuned every Sunday for a new video from me. We'll be live again next Thursday. And finally, final thought here. I don't want you all to forget about the, if you want to join me for a masterclass tomorrow on controllerism. Let me go to my Twitter really quick. Where is my Twitter? Let's just jump in right here on my Twitter. You can find this link. Click this link and sign up for tomorrow's masterclass if you dare. We're going to be hanging, talking about MIDI controllers. Come hang out if you're interested. Cool. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.
you.